Hello students, how are you all? Hope you are fine with the grace of the Almighty God. Students, as we know that the examination is very close to you and we should start the revision of the chapter, and our chapters which are required in the revision and the exam is that chapter 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we will start with the concept of the chapter, and in the first it is written about the universe came into existence in the billions of the years ago. Nearly you can say it is 13.8 billion years old. Okay, there are many theories about the beginning of the universe, and it has the imagine that how it came. Some are saying it came with the help of the Big Bang theory. The scientists believe that it came with the help of the Big Bang theory. It is believed when the universe began, it was a tiny hot particle mixed with the light and the energy. These planets or the particles grouped together to form the atoms, which later became the stars, galaxies, comets, planets, and the black holes. The universe from a small point got so big that some scientists also call it a Big Bang theory. Some scientists believe that the universe is always stretching. That is, it is the one place is not staying at one place, it is always going at another place. Like there, as we know, there we have 7 continents. You can see here on the page number 3. Okay, as we see that the 7 continents. Okay, these 7 continents which we you can see here, these were together. Okay, before this were together, what happened? Slowly by slowly it was stretching and it got separated, and how the 7 continents are formed. As we know, our solar system. Okay, our solar system, if we say, then first we should know about the Milky Way. Universe is the vast and limitless. As we know, it is very vast and limitless. There are about billions of the galaxies are there. Okay, our galaxy is the Milky Way, and which consists of the billions of the stars, then also sun, and a planet is the celestial body which is called heavenly body that does not produce its own light, and like stars does. As our sun is also like a star, it is a type of a star. You can say sun is a star only because it has got heat and light of its own. Unlike the planets does not have the heat and light. The planets take the heat and light from the stars. Okay, like for example, we are taking the heat and light of the sun. Our solar system is made up of the sun, and the 8 planets are there that always revolve around the earth. In addition to, there are other celestial bodies in the universe, like comets are there, meteors are there, asteroids are there, etc., that are also present in the universe. The planets, in order to form the distance, if you see sun, are as follows. I am saying it: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Okay, and all these planets revolving around the sun follow the elliptical path called orbit. Now we will discuss about the earth. Now, as we know, the earth is the only planet that can support the life. It is also the planet that has the water. For that reason it makes the earth a habitable. Otherwise, without water we cannot survive only, and these are the factors that makes the earth a very special planet. So it is a spherical in shape, as we know, but slightly within flattened at the poles. It is in the poles it is little bit slightly flattened with it. In the down also it is little bit slightly flattened. It's just like the shape of the orange, you can say. Okay, the 7 continents are North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Australia, Asia, and Antarctica. So there are each and every continent is divided into countries are there. Russia is the biggest country, the largest country it is, and the Vatican is the smallest country. India is the 7th largest country in the world. Okay, if you see, then nearly 70% of the earth is covered with the water itself. As you can see, there are 5 major oceans are there, that is Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, Antarctic, and the Southern Ocean. Okay, so now, as we know that the Antarctic or the Southern Oceans are there are also, you should know about the globe. So what is globe? A globe is the exact model of the earth. Okay, by looking the globe we can know that how the earth looks like. Okay, But you should know that the earth does not look like a globe. Okay, by looking this, okay, we can think, we can imagine about that the globe is in this way, but it is really not. It is slightly flattened on the poles, in the down also. It is looks like the orange shape. Okay, just for your knowledge I am keeping it. Okay, it helps to identify the continents and the ocean. By looking the globe you can identify the continents and the ocean. However, it is a practical to carry, it is not practical, it is not easy to carry the globe. So for that reason, persons, if those who are geographers are there or cartographers are there, they always prefer to carry the maps, because it is a foldable and you can carry it anywhere, because you can keep in the bag also. Okay, it is not heavy or it is not bulky also. So for this reason, person you prefer to use the maps instead of globes. Now we will see about, read about the maps. A map is a drawing or representation on the flat surface, as like a book or the copy you can see, and it gives us about the detailed information about the place, whereas the globe does not give a detailed information about the place. You can know about the continents, oceans, countries. Okay, but with the help of the map you may not be able to know the places in detail from. Okay, there are maps and present in the information and the characteristics about the, like mountains are there, plants are there, and other features are there. It is the through the maps that can identify the locations, shapes and the countries, and also get an idea about the distance between the places. Okay, there are types of the map, there are different types of the maps which are present. Like some maps show the boundaries. Okay, some show the political map, that the maps that show the political, that the boundary is called the political map. Okay, the map which show the physical features is called the physical map. The map which show the weather is called the meteorologist even use the that is weather map. It's help us to locate the different weather's conditions. Okay, tourists use city map that used to locate the routes and the places. Okay, but nowadays people are not using or not carrying the map also, because the map is available in phone itself, right? Builders or the city planners use the maps to decide where the schools, college, hospitals will be there, banks will be built. Maps are also important for the aviation, like those who are flying the planes, because up on the sky they cannot see the which route they are. For this reason they use the map in order to find the direction, where to go, where not to go, right? There are also spatial thematic maps that may show you the distribution of the populations, transport, natural resources, soil, forest, density of the rainfall, etc. A book of the map is called an atlas. So, okay, next we are going to study about the elements in the map. A map consists of the lines which are drawn on the grid. Okay, on the map or the globe only you can check. You can see the lines here, right? You can see the lines here, right? Now there are different lines are there, different colors are there. What would happen if the globes, okay, I am saying about the globes only. In the globe all the countries are in the same color. It would not be, means, now see why they are using different colors. They are using different colors because the colors, the different colors which are there on the globe, it help us to know the different places. Okay, the areas, the boundaries. Otherwise we would be looking up to the lines and doing like this, and we would be finding out, oh, this line is, this is the boundary. No, now we can look here and we can know that area of the India. Okay, it is the area of the India. Okay, easily we can find out because of the different colors. Different symbols are also used in the maps. Well, railway track is there, where the canal is there, where the temple is there, where metal road is there, where non-metal road is there. Different kind of elements which are there, which are in order to make the map. Okay, so you see there are in the map reading, in order to find the map reading, the 4 directions is marked in the map. These are called the intermediate directions. They are the direction between the north and the west is called northwest. The direction between the north and the east is called the northeast. The direction between the south and the east is called the southeast. The direction between the south and the west is called the southwest. As we know, students, as we have done the revision of the chapter 1, so we are going to do the revision of chapter 2. Chapter 2, you see it is the grids on the earth, that is the lines which are present on the earth. In this chapter we are going to study about the different lines, like the latitude and the longitude. As I have already told you, and many times I have told you in the class also, what is latitude and longitude, but today for the revision again I will say. Okay, So you see the earth is roughly is spherical in shape. Okay, it rotates on its axis and a tilted angle of 23 degree half, that is in the bend position. Okay, the globe is also designed in the similar way. The globe is also designed in the same way only. Okay, the northmost point of the axis is called the north pole and the marked at the 90 degree north, and the southmost point is called the south pole marked at the 90 degree north south. Now you see this north pole and the south pole. Okay, the north pole is band at the now 90 degree. It is there, it is not in the straight way, it is, you can see it is band in this way, right? It is in the slightly band in the this way, it is band, is not in the straight way. Okay, it is not in the straight, it is band. It is now this, you can say here, now it is marked also north pole, now it is in the south pole, right? So this way how they are recounting the directions. Okay, now in order to study the realms of the earth and the location of the land masses, geographers and the cartographers, those who have developed the important tools like the globe and the map, which help us to study the what called the surface of the land. Okay, without the means the map and the globe, we would not be able to know about the surface area. A globe is a small model of the earth. It shows the shapes, locations, continents, ocean, countries, and also some important cities. Okay, a map is a representation of the earth on the flat surface. The now we are going to study about the latitude. Okay, as we know that the lines which are drawn on the latitude and the globes, you can say these are latitude. For example, these all are imaginary lines. You can see here the lines here. Okay, which you can see the lines here. You can see. Okay, I will show you nicely. Okay, you can see here the lines. Okay, these lines which are there. Okay, these lines which are there, this all are latitude lines. These lines which are there, this is also a latitude line, but this is on axis line, this is called. But these lines are which are there, you can see this all are latitude line. Okay, and the longitude is in this way, longitude will be in this way, long called longitude, and the sleeping one is on latitude. You just easily you can remember. Okay, now there are total number of the latitude, you can say that 180 latitudes are there. Okay, the north hemisphere extends from the equator of the 0 degree to the 90 degree north side, while the southern hemisphere extends from the 0 degree to 90 degree towards the south side. The circle of the latitude decreases in the size from the equator towards the pole. Now some of the latitudes have the spatial names are there. The latitude at the 23 degree half is called the Tropic of Cancer. That corresponding to the latitude of 23 half degrees south is known as the Tropic of Capricorn. Now the latitude 63 half degree is known as the Arctic Circle, and the corresponding to 63 half degree is known as the Antarctic Circle. Now you can say, now how we mark this one? This actually direction in the 4 lines it is drawn and it is shown. Okay, now like longitudes, if I say the same way, there are 180 longitudes are there. Okay, the longitudes are the imaginary line itself, as I have told you before. These lines are called the meridians. The lines which are passes through the Greenwich in the London is the most important line, which is regarded as the 0 degree. Okay, this is also called the prime meridian. There are 360 longitudes are there. There are 180 longitudes on the either side of the prime meridian. The lines on the other side of the which is vertical actually have the helps great ellipses, closed curves of the same line. However, the distance between the longitude is the maximum at the equator and the minimum at the poles. Longitudes are the marked at the 180 degree east and the 180 degree towards the west of the prime meridian. Okay, unlike the latitude, the longitudes are never parallel to each other. The meridians of the longitudes are also the same length. Now will study about the locating places. How we are going to locate the places? Locating and the longitudes and the latitudes which are there, which help us to locate the places. Without longitude and the latitude, we cannot find out the proper place. Okay, and the proper directions. Longitude and the latitudes run across and the map from the east to west and from the north to south. This way is the from crossing each other and point. You can see in the globe also they are forming that several points. Their meeting points are there. There are several meeting points, like a plus symbol is there. Okay, so we can locate the places on the map with the help of the grids which are present there. Okay, this is why it is possible to find out the precise position of the place on the map with help of the grid. Okay, the same thing can be done on the globe as well. In order to find the exact location of the place, what we have to do is that the grids should be moved. The same thing can be done. You see, if the lines which are present on the globe, if we do more lines, if we give, then exactly we can find the place, because each and every line is marked at the degrees. okay, from 0 degree. Okay, now 0 degree, if you say now 0 degree is here, right? So now we will go with the understanding the time zones. As we know, there are 24 time zones are there in the world. Okay, there are certain regions of the earth which follow the definite time throughout the year. Okay, this division mainly has the border of the countries. These are around 20, we are having around nearly 24 time zones in the world. Okay, so rotations and the revolution, this is the third chapter we are going to start. As we know that the rotation and the revolution, if you start, Nicholas Copernicus, who is a very polished, means a very great, you can say, mathematician, physician, and also a astronomer was there, painter, and also physicist was. He was a very great person. He was not born in the rich family, and but he had a means best education. He was born in the rich family, and he has a best education he had. And when he was young, he had lots of interest in the universe and outer spaces, so he collected lots of the books on the topic in the 1500 centuries. So Copernicus proved that the solar system is heliocentric, it is sun centered in the middle. Okay, otherwise people were thinking that the sun is taking the round of the earth, it is taking the round of the circle of the earth, but it is no, sun is a fixed, others are taking the round of the sun. So this was in this way. Okay, now we will going to study about the rotation. So if you say rotation, if you say the earth spins from on its axis from the west to the east, this is known as a rotation of the earth, and it takes about the earth for 24 hours, that is one day, to complete one rotation. Okay, one can explain the rotation as a spinning top or the spinning ball on the air. So now what you have to do is that take a thumb like this. Okay, now another way to understand is that, now take a thumb in this way, when you curl your fingers, they will curl to the direction of the rotation. Now if you do like this, now you can say now this is a sun and this is a planet. So what will happen, now it is curling, means now the planet is revolving but the sun is the fixed, right? So now it is the how the day night will occur. You know that it is the earth is tilted in the 23.5 degree towards the this side, right, to a 23.5 degree towards the south side. For that reason only we are having the day and night. Okay, so for that reason only we are having the day and night. As you can see that the earth is the tilted position, it is in the tilted position, for that reason only we are getting the day and the night. As you see, if the sun, it is here, you are getting the light, you can see that here, right, you can see the light here. Now if it will rotate, now the back side of the earth now means globe. Okay, this is, as we know that this is representation of the earth. Now back side it is the dark, and this side it is getting the light, right? This side, now this side you can see here, this side you can see it is little bit dark is there, right? So this area will be the means night, and this area will be the what, this area will be the day, and this area will be the night. So how the nights, day and the night take place, I told you I showed you in the practical way. You can now understand. Now we can skip this topic because we already understood, I hope so. We will understand the revolution. Okay, now revolution means that we know that the earth spin from the round like the top on its on axis, and the elliptical position it is fixed, it is. Okay, now as we know that the earth rotates in this way. Okay, and slowly it will rotate, and as you know that for that reason we are getting the day and night, 24 hours time is here. Otherwise if we will stop, what will happen, one place only will get the sunlight. Okay, and maybe we here if day, then day only will be there, and other place maybe night, then night only. As a result, the life on the earth will come in the danger. Okay, we will be in the great danger, because sunlight is very much essential for the human living. Okay, so there are nearly 365 days in the 6 hours. So in this way only it takes the one revolution, it takes a complete round. Okay, so we will discuss about the seasons now. Okay, the earth experiences the cycle of the 4 seasons, that is summer, autumn, winter and the spring. The earth is tilted on its axis of the angle of the 23.5 degree towards the southern side, and the while revolving around the sun in the months from the April to June, and the northern hemisphere of the earth is tilted towards the sun, while the southern hemisphere is tilted towards the from it to the opposite direction. The northern hemisphere receives more hours of the sunlight than the day because becomes longer. So when the sun is facing towards the northern direction, northern hemisphere, okay, that time what will happen, that time the summer season will come, and that time it is told that the days are getting longer and the nights are getting shorter. and when it will face to the southern direction, the day will be what, shorter, and the nights will be the longer. Okay, this hemisphere experiences summer season. At the same time, the southern hemisphere is tilted away from the sun and result experiences a shorter day. As I have explained you, the rays on the sun is the hemisphere are the most spread out and the length is intense. The southern hemisphere experiences winter season. As the earth revolves around the orbit, the months on the from the November to the January, the southern hemisphere becomes the tilted towards the sun, experiencing summer, while the northern hemisphere experiencing winter. Similarly, in the months of the February in the March, the northern hemisphere experiences spring, while the countries in the southern hemisphere experiences autumn. So it is told about the how the northern and the southern hemisphere is, right, how it is going on in the month of the September. What is there in the the northern hemisphere, what happens, experiences the autumn season, and the southern hemisphere experiences the spring season, and the other, now it will go into the opposite direction, whereas the southern hemisphere will experience the autumn, maybe the summer, and the southern or northern hemisphere will face the maybe the autumn or the spring. Okay, means one will always be opposite. Now you can see in the simple form I will say you is that the areas, the direction in, suppose the, now in here I got Australia in here, right, you can see here Australia is here. Okay, now Australia, sun is here, then the Australia will get the heat, the summer season is here now. As a result, it will round up and it will come, now the sun is here. Okay, it will go now slowly it is going backside. Okay, it is going backside. Now for that reason it is not able to receive the sunlight, you can say, as it will be far from the sun, means sun, what will happen, the area, if it will be far from the sun, that area will receive the that is cold, na? And the area, like for example, the coldest plain is that the Arctic Ocean, sorry, the poles are there, then Antarctica. Okay, Antarctica is very coldest place in the world. Okay, Antarctic, there penguins are also living. Okay, so it is the coldest place. Why, you know, because their sunlight is not there. You can see these places are very white, right, these places are very white, then the sunlight is not there. For that reason only, because you see when the sun is here, you can check here, you can see the, like suppose, see say this is the sun, in here the sunlight is not coming, and here also sunlight is not coming. For that reason, the water which is present here, it is always been fixed, and as a result it is the coldest place because it does not receive the sunlight at all. Okay, so this is what about chapter 3. So next we are going to start with the chapter 4. So students, now we are in the chapter 4 and our topic of the chapter is our beautiful country. Okay, it is about the trip of the friends, that is they are going the journey and they will see different places, and about their place they will mention what place they will see on the way. Okay, but I will not mention about the story time now because their time is very less. Okay, just I will give the concept of the chapter. The earth's surface is not the same at every place, we know. Okay, in some places it is higher while other places it is lower at all. These differences create the landform, which are also referred to as a relief or the physical features. The journey, if we say plateau, we started our journey from the Bilaspur. Okay, with this I told her that this is about the journey of the friends. Okay, they started their journey from the Bilaspur, that is Chhattisgarh, which lies in the region of the Chota Nagpur plateau. Now you may think, what is the plateau? Now if this area is in the plain area, certainly there will be sloping land will be there. Now it is now the area in this way. Now the down area will be the upper high lanes will be the plateau, and the lower lands, now cultivation, different kinds of cultivation you can grow, right? So next, the plateau is a flat tableland which arises from the surrounding, you can say, rich mineral deposit like iron, mica, limestone are found in this region. Farmers in this region grow cotton, oilseeds. Okay, and also it is a very beautiful, you can say, orchards are there, vineyards are there. Plateaus can be found in the different continents. Okay, the vegetation in the plateaus differ from the one area to another. The higher plateaus are used for the sheep and the cattle rearing, and the lower plateaus are suitable for the farming and all. Some plateaus are rather huge, covering the hundreds of the kilometers. The Deccan Plateau covering more than 8 states of India. Okay, a few plateaus have lots of the mineral deposits. The Chota Nagpur Plateau in India has lots of the coal and iron ore reserve apart from the bauxite, copper and manganese. Some plateaus are located in the dry regions on the leeward side of the mountains. In some plateaus like Coraldo Plateau in the Grand Canyon, USA, is one can see the deep gorges and the canyons. At the same times, plateaus have rivers flowing through them. The Tibetan Plateau is surrounded by the mountains on all the sides. In certain cases, the weather in the plateaus can be quite cold because of the height. Mining happens to be the crucial occupation in these places. Okay, it is there of plateaus. It is very beautiful. Okay, as a result, we can say to the desert if they went, then in they have seen their different places. Okay, people are wearing different dress or different ornaments. They are eating the different food. Okay, which was now there was a scarcity of the water. Okay, only the scanty amount of the rainfall they are getting. For that reason, the vegetation and the plants are little bit type of a different. Okay, so there also it is difficult to lay the now railway lines and the roads. Okay, the government is unable to bring there. The temperature goes nearly in the 50 degrees Celsius. In the Rajasthan, if we are saying about, as we know about the desert, we are saying it is because of the reasons like this. Few places like in the desert, sandstone lead to the creation of the sand dunes, which are basically small heat made of the sand. Okay, date plums and the cacti are also common to the desert plants. One can also find the oases, then areas where the small plants or the water can be found. In desert, it is also an oasis that date plums can be seen. Deserts are normally seen in the western parts of the continents. Mountains, here we go come. So we will discuss about the mountains now. We continued the journey. They continued their journey. They traveled to the different places. They went to the Nanda Devi National Park, which is situated in the higher ranges of the Himalayas. Okay, which is the second highest peak, about nearly 7,800 meters. Okay, and this is surrounded by the Himalayan mountain, and the Himalayan mountain is very beautiful. This has been declared as the World Heritage Site by the UNESCO. Okay, the Himalayan is also known as a Yongful's mountain because they were formed by the folding of the Earth's crust. When two plates of the earth, okay, moves together each other and collide, the rocks slowly form down. This mountain is 10 to 25 million years old. Suppose if this land is there, this land is there. Okay, if earthquake will come. Okay, now if it will go near and collide, as a result the extra land which are there, it will go high and the mountains are formed. This is how the mountains are formed. Okay, mountains are the landform that are much higher than the land. Okay, as we know, the mountains has a range of collections of the mountain that are located in the proximity to each other. Examples of the such mountain ranges are Andes in the South America, Rockies in the North America, Alps in Europe, Himalayan in USA, Asia. I was saying of the USA, no, it is Asia. Okay, then mountain ranges can often be parallel to each other and cover the hundred of the kilometers. Okay, so now we will discuss about the importance of the mountains. Okay, we will discuss about the importance of the mountain in the simple way. I will ask the questions to you. Okay, you see that if mountains would not be there, then what would happen? Tell me. You know that often you can see that the storms are coming here. When storms comes, can you control the storms? No, we cannot control it. Human beings cannot control the nature. Okay, you remember it. You see, when there is a strong storm, okay, strong storm, storms even carry the truck also. Okay, big houses and the buildings, they break. So it is not possible at all, but it is they are not able to carry the mountains, as the mountains, whenever they touch the mountain, if the mountain is standing here, okay, they touch the mountain, what will happen? The mountain will break the speed of the what called storm. As a result, it will get slowed down. If storm would what called mountains would not be there, then what would happen? The storm would not stop. It would be unable to stop. For the mountains only, you see that the speed of the air is decreasing. Okay, it is all about the mountains. Rivers and the plains, if you discuss, then we will discuss that the near they rest in the Gangotri glacier. Okay, in the Gangotri glacier is the very big, right? And with the Gangotri glacier only, if they will come in the down, there is a meandering process in the Gangotri glacier where the water get mixed with the another river water. You can say that the river, this what called Mora Chaul Khawa river is there. We have locally in here. This is also the part of the Brahmaputra Ganga. Okay, it is maybe you can see in here only different two branches of the river will come on the bridge on the river Chaul Khawa river. If you stand, okay, then the two river will come and stand there. Here it is what mixing, one river is going to mix with another river. Okay, that is how the meandering process is going on. Okay, so this is how what I have given example. Then it will slowly float down and the Brahmaputra will it will go again, it will go to mix up with the, it will enter, the water will enter in the Bengal also. Okay, the soil deposit in the plains by the rivers is very fertile and the rich in minerals. It is very good to do cultivation in that land. Okay, so it is drained in by the Yamuna, Ghagra and the many other rivers. This fertile region is called the food bowl of India. This fertile region is also known as the food bowls of India. Plains are formed in when the river deposit their silt and other soils of the bank. Since early time people have settled near the banks, this region have been suitable for agriculture. Now plains were settled near the, you can say the what called, they are the, means you can say the end of the river, right? Like for example, you see this is the end of the river, this is actually a stream. Okay, this is actually a stream, but think this is the end of the river. So all the deposit which whatever the stones which the river is carrying, it will get deposited in the corner. Okay, it will get deposited in the corner. Okay, so lots of the civilization has such. Indus Valley civilization developed on the river train on the canals in the plains. So you studied next year you will reach in class 6, we will study about Indus Valley civilization. Okay, in the detail from in there, just idea I am giving. The Indus Valley civilization is a very old civilization. People of Indus Valley civilization lived nearly around ago 3000 to 4000 BCE, that is before common era. They left a very good life. There was a drainage system, their house was there. Okay, very good life they lived. So next year we will study, but just it is a concept of this chapter. Next we will go with the, that is bountiful nature, that is chapter 5. Okay, our earth is very beautiful, as we know. Our earth is very beautiful, and if, various kind of natural resources are present, and different kinds of natural resources help us to grow the human being. And if the resources would not be there, then what would happen? Maybe the human being would not be able to grow this much, how much they are growing today, right? And these resources only help us to, you can say, grow our body, nutrition, everything is provided by the nature itself, right? Types of the natural resources are there, that is you can say that. Now you see in the types of the natural resources, first I will say about the renewable and non-renewable resources. If I say, you can say nowadays renewable and non-renewable resources, if like, for example, if I give you, right, petrol, if your father is riding the petrol, or father is riding the bike, or mother is riding the scooter or the car. Okay, once the petrol mixes with the air, will you can catch it again and you can use it easy. It sounds funny, right? But you see it is true. You see, can you use the air? No, it is not possible. Once if you use the petrol, you can use it. No, it is not possible to use. So this is non-renewable. Okay, the things, if you use it once and get finished, again you cannot use, that is non-renewable. Okay, but what is now what is renewable resource? Now for example, sun energy, there are plenty of sun energy is there, it is not going to be over. Okay, so we can use the sun energy and we can run our car, bike, whatever we want. Okay, even cooking also we can do. So but it is helping us to save from the pollution. Okay, which will be pollution free environment and very peaceful environment we can live. And there are also fossil fuels are there which help us to keep the minerals like petrol and this all. What is fossil fuel? They are the remains of the dead plants and animals. Okay, the importance of the natural gases, the importance of the natural resources, or the resources are there. Natural resources are required for the industries, for example coal, then plants metals like copper, aluminium to make the wires, utensils, foils, etc. Rubber rise in the global populations. Industries demand the use of the natural resource has increased many times over. In fact, every time that we use in our daily life in the form of the natural resource. Now you see, everything that we use in our daily life is the form of the natural resource only. Okay, everything we are getting from the resource itself. Now we should study about the conservation of the resource. Conservation of the resource or resource conservation is the process through which human beings are making the proper utilization of the resource with the help of the proper knowledge whatever they are receiving. Suppose, for example, now you are taking the example of we are taking the knowledge in order to save the environment. When you will be a big, okay, when you will grow up, then maybe this knowledge of saving the environment will help you, that if we do harm to the environment, environment also will do harm to us. Because the air, if suppose you are cutting all the trees, then what will happen? Maybe you will not get the fresh air. So for that reason, what we have to do is always we have to save the plants. Okay, close monitoring by the government and the environment can be also be great example. Create awareness. Now you can say how can we help, that we can give example, means you can say like advertisement we can pass. Okay, also we can donate some plants also. Okay, newspaper also we can give advertisement that save the environment, otherwise it not be helpful. Okay, that is what some steps to conservation include: protection of the flora and fauna, that is plants and animals. Okay, planting trees of the afforestation. Planting for the means you can say deforestation and afforestation means you can say this is a type of a cultivation which is, suppose one area will be selected, then they will burn that, then they will wait for the rain. When this soil, okay, and the ash, that is chai, will get mixed up with the soil, then they will plant. That is good, but that is one has a demerit, that only one time only can do plantation, next time they cannot, again they will burn and go for the many years. Now 10 years or 15 years they cannot grow the plants itself. Adopting cleaner and alternative fuels. Now what we have to do, we have to means use the clean and the very nice fuels we have to use. That is how to means now clean and the nice fuels, what do you mean by that is that you see sun is a clean and a nice fuel. Why? Because it is not emitting any kind of, you can say, gas, or this is a clean and a nice fuel. Why? Because it will not do harm to anyone. That is what it is written. Okay, always use recyclable, always search for the alternative resource. You see, if this petrol is there, you will be totally depend on petrol. That is not good, because if everyone will be depend on petrol in this way or the diesel in this way, what will happen? One day this petrol and diesel will become end, then what you will do with your car? That's what, for when you have the resource, save it and find the another resource. Like for example, electric car is very famous nowadays. Okay, so this is what, students, this is the revision of the chapter. I hope that you have understood the revision of the chapter. I have not been so long through the revision. I have tried to make it short and I have tried to explain you. That's what. So till then, that, take care. Thank you. Bye bye everyone.